Morning and welcome to the session on the different types of research and the criteria for a good research. Research commonly means that we are again and again searching to find out a solution for a new problem or for an existing problem. So when coming to the types of research, we have the first one is descriptive research. Descriptive research means it states whatever that is actually happened or what the state of matter actually is. So here how do we collect the data through this type of research or how we identify this type of research? So we have to ask several questions as what and why, how it has happened. Right. So say for example, if you are applying or if you are trying to identify a travel agency and you are trying to book a ticket, so the travel agency member asks you a several type of questions and he collects certain data either through a telephone or he might be asking through some other kind of a source. So here he might get you a number of questions related to what are the travelers favorite destination, so how you prefer, whether you are preferring what type of accommodation you are preferring, what are the activities you like to enjoy, and all those basic details he understands with the help of questioning or with the help of a survey. So this is called as a descriptive type of research. This next one is called as analytical tech. So analytical research here means, so here I try to use the data that is already available in my hand. So I try to analyze why such things has happened. Suppose, for example, I have identified a fertilizer that has caused some kind of damage to my crops. Here, I try to understand, I try to know, I try to observe, or I try to analyze why this particular what is the particular reason that this crop has got a damage because of this fertilizer. So this type of research is called as a analytical research. So the next one is called as a applied research. So applied. So I want to find out an immediate problem to whatever that has happened now. Say for example, there are frequent accidents in a particular road or the traffic has been high in a particular location. Suppose the employee is frequently absenting himself to the job. I feel that this particular crop has not produced or not produced the proper yield. What could be the solution that can be made? So simple, for a simple example, when you're taking a plant in your house, you see the plant that it has got dull or the glowing of the plant has stopped. So now what is the immediate solution for the problem? So you take a picture or you take a photo of that particular plant, you go to a particular person related to an agriculture, or he might be a person who might be familiar with his crops. So you ask him what you have to do and finally you identify the solution for this particular problem. So here a simple example is, so we can see a number of newspapers and in that newspapers there will be a column that has been registered. Say for example, there is a lot of damages in this particular road. So this has to be rectified. So the government or some higher authority on seeing this, they try to take some actions and then they try to make a solution for this problem. So applied means here whatever problem it is, an immediate solution is obtained, right? So this is called as an applied research. The next one is called as a fundamental knowledge or fundamental research. So this is a research wherein you try to add something to the existing things, right? So you are trying to add some kind of a knowledge to the already existing thing, or you are trying to identify what could be added for a particular research. That is called as a fundamental research. So the other type of research is called as a qualitative research or a quantitative research. Suppose here I am collecting a data, right? So I am collecting the data from a person and this person will provide me certain confidential information. Say for example, I am going to collect a data that is not quantitative, that cannot be measured. So it is a subjective nature of type. I am going to interview a AIDS patient. I am going to interview a cancer patient. So here I will ask the questions and they are not able to quantify that in numbers. They are able to explain their view as what has happened, or I observe people as what they do, how they perform, or what is the reason why this much number of students are not performing in a test. I observe why this much number of agriculturists are committing suicide. So this is all my observations, and these are called as qualitative in number, right? So these are qualitatives and we cannot count in numbers, and such type of researches are called as a qualitative research. The other type of research is called as a quantitative research. So quantitative research means here I try to collect the data in numbers. Say for example, I am asking age of a person, I am asking the height of a person, I am asking whether this person, how much number of cars you own, right? So this type of data I am trying to calculate, I am trying to measure, I am trying to do everything in the form of a number, and it is objective in nature. So anything that focus towards the objective of the research which can be easily gained, that is called as a quantitative research. For example, so I want to find, say I am conducting a study and I want to find out how many agriculturists have produced or have harvested rice in a particular field or in a particular location. So I give 5 farmers or 10 farmers have cultivated or harvested the rice in that particular field, which I could quantify in numbers, and this type of research is called as a quantitative research. The other one is called as a conceptual research or empirical research. So here I am trying to give some theory to my research, or I am trying to give a concept, or I am trying to give some kind of an addition or giving a new idea to an existing literature or to an existing theory. So the literature is already available, and for this research or for this particular topic I am trying to give some meaning, or I am trying to give some what to say, give some value, right? So I give something in a theoretical form, in a conceptual form. So that type of research is called as a conceptual research. So empirical research, so most of us go for this empirical research, and here whenever I conduct a research based on an observation. So I am working in a departmental store, so I try to observe how many number of people are taking this particular brand from the store, right? So this I observe, and then I calculate or I measure that this much percentage of the people are taking this much this particular product from my store, right? So this is out of your observation. Then experiments. So experiments, how you conduct an experiment. So I am trying to have a test group or a control group wherein I try to know what is the effect. Say for example, when you are learning Hawthorne experiments, we try to identify the illumination of light with two type of groups. So that is an experimental study. So experiments means either it can be applied in a laboratory to test a particular salt or to test the particular acid or whatever it is, and they are giving a verifiable evidence. So there should be a solid proof for that particular research, right? So this is called as a empirical research. So here, after analyzing the four type of research, we are trying to know what is the criteria. So how should I choose a good research? See, any type of research can be done by anyone. Even a simple problem can be analyzed, and certain solutions for that problem can be identified. So for simple example, so what are the solutions or what are the possible alternates? So if the prices of petrol are rising, if the prices of petrol are high, so what is the alternate solution that can I make so that my two-wheeler or a car is running, right? So such kind of innovation, such kind of creativity, even if you are trying to do, that is also a kind of a research. So here, under the criteria of good research, so we are trying to identify certain points. So one thing is, so whenever I am selecting a research, when I am doing a research, I should know actually for what purpose that research is conducted. Suppose I am trying to identify the COVID patients who are affected after vaccination. So if this is my study, I should clearly define my problems and I should note what are the common concepts that I am using to prove. So using as a proof for that particular question. The next one is the procedure, right? So whenever I am choosing a procedure or a method for my analysis, the procedure should be able to be repeated by me with the same level of understanding or with the same level of speed, whatever it is. So once you are choosing one method and other time you are choosing other method, the results will not be consistent, the result will not be a fruitful one. And when you are doing a research, it should be carefully planned and it should give the actual result which you are expecting. So the final one is the confidence of the research is much warranted. So this confidence level is acceptable, right? So only if the researcher is a little bit familiar or an experienced person in the field of research, he'll be able to do a confident research on various topics that are noted.